So, we live in a world where Henry Cavill's Superman and Black Adam Dwayne Johnson are no longer going to be part of DC moving forward under James Gunn's new plan and Pete Safran, respectively. But Ezra Miller, nothing's been said about him. Why is this? Because he's got a movie coming out next year that doesn't go anywhere because there's a brand new timeline coming that has nothing to do with most of the characters that are already in the current timeline. It's a very strange and interesting time to be a DC fan. So, yo, what is freaking good, YouTube? Warstu here. If you're new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel DC pop culture based content that we try to do on a daily basis. If you could, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know if you're in charge of DC Studios. What would you do going forward? And also, because we know new Superman, new Batman, etc. is coming, we will be posting a video on who I think should be the new Batman, the new Superman, etc. based on what Mr. James Gunn has currently said. So let me know down below, guys. And the best ideas, we'll make a video in a week or so. Also, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind, the beautiful voice. And also check us out on Twitter, WarstuG, because I've been trying to get the Warstu handle back and it's not working. Elon won't even help me. So let's break it down. So it was kind of obvious that The Rock, Black Adam had nothing to do with the future plans of the DCU universe. Why? Because it's a new universe. Black Adam isn't really an eccentric or an essential part of DC's history. Let's be honest, I get it. He does have some history with Superman and Shazam, but Black Adam's story isn't really relevant for a good 5 to 10 years if they decide to use him. Not only that, Black Adam came out on HBO Max a few days ago. The Rock has not spoke on social media about Black Adam for over 10 days. Not only that, some fake information went out about Black Adam movie, and it turns out Black Adam actually lost a lot of money because the screen testing went so bad for Black Adam that they had to spend a lot of money to bring it up to par. It's worth saying that I actually really like Black Adam movie, but it didn't really have a general wider audience. So according to the direct.com, Black Adam's poor test screening made the movie extraordinarily expensive. It's actually the third most expensive DC movie ever. According to the Hollywood Reporter, the budget was $260 million from the initial 190 after a 20-day reshoot. That's a 36% increase. So Black Adam turned over $391 million. A lot of people don't understand that the cinema takes a massive cut of a movie. So this movie had to make a freaking hell of a lot more to break even. So it's looking like it lost at least $100 million. So Dwayne Johnson respectfully put a post out to, in other words, dance around the fact that he's been fired, but he's done it gracefully for his own ego, in my opinion. My passionate friends, I want to update you on the long-awaited Black Adam update regarding the character's future in the DC universe. James Gunn and I connected. Black Adam will not be in their first chapter of storytelling. However, DC and Seven Bucks have agreed to continue exploring the most viable ways Black Adam can be utilized in the future DC multiverse chapters. Now, I don't know if this bit here is made up or if there actually is multiverse chapters or there is chapters in this 10-year plan, but he's dancing around essentially saying he's been fired, but we'll come back to this in a minute. James and I have known each other for years and have always rooted for each other to succeed. Yep, if you can literally look this up on the internet. But for some reason, when they both got involved in DC, that wasn't the case. It's no different now, and I will always root for DC and Marvel to win big and win big. You guys know me. I have very thick skin, and you can always count on me to be direct with my words. I don't know if you do have thick skin because the fake reports about Black Adam making money, but that's just my opinion, allegedly. And then he went on to say, these decisions made by James and DC leadership represent their vision of the DC universe and their creative lens. After 15 years of relentless hard work to finally make Black Adam, I'm very proud of the film we delivered for fans worldwide. I will always look back on the fan reaction to Black Adam with tremendous gratitude, humility, and love. We did great. To my very passionate and vocal Black Adam superhero genre fans, I love you, thank you, and I will always listen to you and do my best to deliver and entertain you. Okay, the rest is kind of irrelevant. So essentially, he's been fired. But the interesting part here is when he brings up DC multiverse chapters. Now, a lot of people are jumping to the conclusion that when Henry Cavill left the job because he was let go, and when they said, oh, we're looking for ways to work together, a lot of people are screaming, Kingdom Come, or a crisis event will bring back Henry Cavill in the future. Maybe, but Black Adam really wouldn't have anything to do with a crisis level event, would he? No. Would Henry Cavill return to play an older Superman? Yeah, sure, I think he would. So that's something they could do in the future, as James Gunn has come out and said Elseworld stories will be involved with the DCU. And yes, now people are going to go, yes, the SnyderVerse, Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3 can be restored. James, please stop saying things without going full in depth, because now I've had a bunch of messages on Instagram and in my Twitter DMs of people saying, yo, did James Gunn just confirm the SnyderVerse still exists? I mean, it still does exist. He hasn't denied that. It still does exist, but don't expect the Elseworld stories to be based around Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3, because essentially that's not going to be the case. But hypothetically speaking, it could happen. So Kingdom Come is a really cool storyline, pitting the old guard Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman against their peers, against a new uncompromised generation of heroes in the final war against each other to determine nothing less than the future of the planet. So it's a pretty badass storyline. I hope one day they do actually build up to it. There is actually quite a few storylines they could do. Now they've said Elseworld, but don't expect Henry Cavill back, because The Rock's gone, Henry Cavill's gone. And yeah, I see the post. Zachary Levi Shazam saying he's safe. He's safe. What? Because Pete Safran is the producer of Shazam 2? That doesn't necessarily mean anything. And the problem is when James Gunn keeps saying stuff, people keep taking it out of context every time he says something. So what else has James Gunn said in the last couple of days? James Gunn on if the studio will interfere with DC, the position is different than it was for Zack Snyder. Peter and I are the heads of the studio. The only interference would be from us. Of course there'll be no interference. Do you want to know why? Because they are going to pretty much dictate what they want in every movie to every scriptwriter and every director. So there will be interference in some kind of cadence, because they will dictate exactly what they want, like Kevin Feige dictates what he wants to people who work on the Marvel scripts and the Marvel movies, but somehow you still got Thor Love and Thunder. So I don't expect it to be any different, but I do expect James Gunn and Pete Safran to have a pretty tight-knit production when it comes to all these movies going in to actually be filmed, obviously go into pre-production, etc. So this is kind of really irrelevant, and it does get annoying because the amount of questions I'm getting every time James Gunn tweets the littlest thing. Oh, there's going to be no interference. Yeah, because you're going to dictate exactly what is going on. James Gunn responds to The Rock's goodbye message. That is actively happening. No, it's not. The Rock will never be seen again as Black Adam, regardless of these, causal responses. And there's another one. Could Deathstroke come? And could be. I mean, why won't he respond to real questions? Any plans for DC Deathstroke? Really? I mean, most of these questions he's responding to are redundant. I mean, yes, Deathstroke's going to be in the new timeline. If Batman is, Deathstroke is. Bring Green Arrow in. Zachary Levi. Oh, I really wouldn't go believing everything you see on the internet. I'm Gucci, Ash, we all Gucci. The same person who said the SnyderVerse isn't real. To be fair, I've met Zachary Levi and spoke to him for a few moments. He's a pretty cool guy. I do like him, but don't believe everything you read on the internet. So don't believe what he's literally telling you not to believe what he's actually saying either. But yeah, hopefully this is the last DC-based video I've got to make in a few days, because I've been getting a lot of questions about what is going on. Realistically, no one's got a freaking clue what is going on at all. We don't know what's going on. He can come out and say, no, it's false. We're not firing only people that aren't doing projects that are unrelated to me, i.e. Peacemaker and Suicide Squad. The truth is, no one really knows anything. And then you get this random fandom wire bullshit made up clickbait. Some people at DC Studios and Warner Bros. Discovery reportedly don't believe in James Gunn, as he has never run anything. Well, that is true. He hasn't, but he has made some pretty cool movies, and he is a good scriptwriter and a good director. So I have so much faith in him. But so much nonsense is going around that majority of the stuff going around isn't even true. We're not even going to acknowledge the Ray Fisher drama with him, because it's all kind of irrelevant until he comes out and says the plan. It's like I see a bunch of people sending me stuff going, oh, this person's made a video about, the next DC movies. Oh, yeah, sure. He says he's going to announce a couple of movies in January. Well, yeah, he's got to, because they've got to start doing something, because after 2023, there'll be no movies in 2024 outside of Joker 2 and the Batman 2, but that's not coming for a fair few years. So yeah, they're going to have to announce some things. But realistically, everything James Gunn is saying is still redundant. It's almost as redundant as people going, oh yeah, Cavill did not affect the Warner Bros. Discovery stocks and shares, because the whole Warner Bros. Discovery only puts out Superman content when he was only in Black Adam for literally like 3 seconds. So yeah, I do see people keep tagging me in the Warner Bros. Discovery stocks and shares. I mean, comparing Warner Bros. Discovery to Microsoft, Walt Disney, and Apple is kind of redundant, because they're not even close to the same size. So yeah, sure, it would have had a knock-on effect of how much the company's valued at, but Warner Bros. Discovery isn't just Henry Cavill Superman. The character is still there. It's just going to be played by someone different. Now, I put it in the thumbnail most likely. Wolfgang! I really think that dude should play Superman. But as I said in the prologue of the video, let me know down below all your characters you would cast with the actors, respectively. Even characters we haven't had yet. Potentially we'll make a video in a week or so about that, because I'm really interested who could be the new DCU Batman and the new Superman. Because I think they've got to be 25 to 30, because if they're going to go over 30, then what the frickin' hell was the point in getting rid of Henry Cavill? So I do read the negative comments on yesterday's video, and I do find it interesting. No, I'm not against James Gunn at all. I actually support the new plan, but I don't know what the new plan is. So it's hard to go supporting it without actually knowing what it is. But whatever it is, I'm still going to support DC, because I want good stories based around Batman and Superman. Like, I think Matt Reeves' Robert Pattinson was very good. As we did a video, we got invited to the UK premiere. And yeah, I did support it, and I can't wait to see more. So yeah, bring all the Supermans and all the Batmans. But realistically, guys, we don't know anything. James Gunn keeps responding with little tidbits that literally tells us nothing. It looks like, yeah, Elseworld storylines could still happen, but don't expect the SnyderVerse to be restored. It would be cool if Henry Cavill could return for Crisis or Kingdom Come or something in the future. And just remember, the hierarchy of power is about to change to the point where Thanos has changed from one universe, came to DCU, snapped Black Adam away, and now it's called the DC Universe, and now the hierarchy of power in the Red Notice universe is about to change. Also, I mean, one more thing. According to THR, the whole Justice League is getting recast. The actors have had meetings with James Gunn and Pete Safran regarding how else they can contribute. Jason Momoa and Batfleck have lots of interest in helping James, etc. It's all nonsense until you get official information. But like always, we'll still be covering trailers and stuff when they come out for The Flash, for Aquaman 2 and everything else. So like always, guys, stay here. Stay on the channel. Subscribe now to never miss any of the pop culture-based content. We will be expanding outside of the Marvel and DC universe and Kaiju universe very, very soon. We've already done some other videos. We did a video on the God of War TV series, which could be cool. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu. Check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. And I will catch you in another video, guys, very soon. Catch you later.